Hi everyone. So in today's video, what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the new OpenAI chat API, the audio API, and we'll have a bit of a play with the image API as well. So what I wanted to do was essentially recreate the ChatGPT interface using Blazor server, and then I think what we'll do is we'll go and we'll wrap that Blazor app up into an Electron app, which will then allow us to install it as a desktop app, and that should then allow us to install it on Windows, Linux, and Mac OS. So what I'll do quickly is I'll just show you a quick demo of the kind of thing we're going to create. We'll create it from scratch. I've done a bit of a play with another demo that I was doing, but we'll make it completely fresh and probably tweak a few little things on the existing one that I've done. So if I quickly show you, let's just switch over to the browser. Yeah, so you can see that what we've got over here is an interface that looks very similar to the ChatGPT interface. We've got our text box down here. We'll have our conversation over here. And then we've got some buttons to record some audio, generate images, or just send the text through. What we've got over here hiding on the side, so this is using the new OpenAI chat API. And with the OpenAI chat API, you can essentially set the context of the system, and then you can set the assistant. So the assistant is essentially the context, which is what allows you to have conversations, when you're going back and forth. So I'll show you how that works. I'll leave it open for a second. So if I was to send this through, what that will do is it'll go and do what I asked it to. You'll also notice that the chat interface that we've done, I've made it so that it takes the markdown that's returned. So this is actually what's returned from the OpenAI API. It takes all of this and then it converts the markdown into HTML and does all the syntax highlighting for us. So it's just a nice user experience. The other thing we've got the record. So I'll give that a quick test. I'll show you. Well, I'll show you how to generate an image, but we'll use both of them for this. Generate an image of a cat wearing a hat and sunglasses. So that will take the audio file we've just recorded, it'll upload it to OpenAI, and it will get back the text. Just give that a second. There we go. Generate an image of a cat wearing a hat and sunglasses. Looks good. And then if we want to generate an image, there's a button here. We can just click Generate Image. Again, that's going to send the request up to the OpenAI API and return us back an image. And there we go. Let's see what it just managed to generate for us. That's pretty cool. Certainly a cat wearing a hat and sunglasses. So the nice thing about the new chat API is that it's a lot nicer to be having conversations with and kind of creating like chatbots and things like that. So the good thing about it is you can obviously set the context of the system. So I've told it over here at the moment to basically be a code generator. But I'll show you another example quickly. So I mean, if you wanted to make like a support bot, for instance, what you can do, I'll just grab some of the context I was playing with the other day, just to give you an idea. So for instance, if you were to say you wanted to make a customer services bot, customer logs in, you know who the customer is, you could grab the last couple tickets that they've got from the database, you could set it into the assistant, and then what you can do is for the system, you can just say you're a helpful support agent, and then what the user would be able to do is they would be able to be like, oh, how do I solve my issue? They would send that through. And because we've got the assistant over here, which is essentially the context, it knows what we're talking about. So it knows that my issue is the SMTP server. And then, yeah, you see the context gets appended to the assistant. And then what I could do is, for instance, say, how do I check point 3? And it will obviously know what point 3 is. So it's like, well, this is how you could check your firewall settings. How can I use PowerShell to check SMTP? And I think if you do this, obviously, yeah, a user's probably not going to answer that. I'm trying to show you how it remembers the context, I suppose. And that's all perfect. Yeah, all the context will just keep getting appended to here. The one thing you do need to obviously watch out for is the number of tokens that you're using. I haven't implemented it now. We could probably implement it in the version we're going to make. but there are a few libraries out there that will help you calculate the tokens. So what you'd want to do is truncate, I suppose, bits of your context as you're going. It can also get quite expensive sending through lots of context. But if you want to have a nice fluid conversation, you kind of need to be doing this. So yeah, that was just a quick demo of something I have put together. The one we're going to create will look similar to this, but slightly different. But I want to walk you through it step by step so you understand how you can do it yourself. What I'm planning on doing is, this is all running in Blazor, so we'll use Blazor to create the app. And then what I was thinking of doing is wrapping it up in Electron. So what that will allow us to do is install it then as a desktop app, and that will then be able to run on Windows, Linux, and Mac OS, just as a standalone application, which people can download. So if you're interested in that, make sure to catch the next video where we'll be starting this off. In the meantime, if any of you are wanting to play with the API yourself, head over to my GitHub page. I'll show you that here quickly. You can download the latest NuGet package for OpenAI. All these new APIs are supported and implemented now. I'll just give you a quick demonstration. I think some of you guys know how to use this already, but I'll just show you an example of the new APIs. So we've got the chat over here. Oh, sorry, not over here, over here. So we've got the chat. So you can see what I was just demonstrating to you. We've got the system, the user, and the assistant. You can send that through using the synchronous method, or if you want to do a bit more fancy stuff and use the streaming method, you can do by using the get stream method over here. And then I've also implemented the audio, which I just demonstrated to you, which is the get transcription. And the one I didn't demonstrate is the translation. So if you want to, translate German or French or whatever to English, then you can do. So yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Hopefully in the next day or two, I'll put that together. But yeah, if you can't wait, then jump in and play with the API yourselves. Cool. Cheers guys. Bye.